What is going on, world? Welcome to another episode of Singers, Nerds, and Homies. Today we have a very special guest here today, our very first guest, which is crazy. So, co-owner and creative director of Retour Company, and also owner of the Data and Faded Night Market. We have here Ryan Yere. How are we doing today, man?
What's up, man? Thank you for having me, bro.
I know, and thank you so much for taking the time to be on the show. So, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, I am the creative director for Retour Co, which is a streetwear brand located in Oxnard, California. We started a couple years back. Well, officially on paper, 2021.
Okay.
Right? And then our new baby is the Data and Faded Market, which is kind of a branch of what Retour does for the community. So we gave everybody in the community a platform to showcase either vintage, any merchant type of experience. We wanted to make it a thing for our community, which is like focused on like vintage and like streetwear. So like you've been to your normal like flea markets, right? Yeah. And we wanted to take that concept and kind of like glamorize it a little bit.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, and not only that, not only you're co-owner and like also creative director, you're also not only a DJ, but you're also a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
And an engineer.
Yeah.
Just saying that makes me feel like feel more lazy in general. But so starting off with so this is Singers, Nerds, and Homies. I want to start with like the singing aspect, even though you're not really a singer per se, but you are a DJ.
Yeah.
So I want to start with as a DJ, how does music inspire your other ventures?
Oh, it almost is like the driving force of a lot of things I do, to be honest. So I always tell my friends that like if I can't explain something, I'll find a song that explains it for me.
Ooh.
Yeah, so like as a DJ, that drives everything really. So like if I'm really not the most expressive person when I need to explain myself in terms of emotion, or if I need to kind of paint a picture for my creative idea. But if I show someone a song and I explain why the song resonates to this idea, it always hits. Like and that I think that's what kind of made me want to become a DJ. Really, is because like that kind of ideology. You take that, and then when you can move a crowd, it's just like amazing. Like there's no better feeling than that, to be honest.
And I like how with Data and Faded, you gave a lot of other DJs an opportunity to at least experience what that's like too. Yeah. And random question.
Sure.
Stems, yay or nay?
I love stems. I use stems a lot, actually.
Because with my controller, I rely on stems.
Yeah.
I don't know. A lot of people say that that's like a unnecessary crutch to lean on, but because you got to do beat matching, and it's like you really got to be very thorough.
Yeah. I know it's a newer thing too in the DJ community. So like when you do have stems, like the OGs are always like, you're not really a DJ because you're just hitting the stem.
Don't get me started. My pops, because my dad was a DJ back in Brooklyn.
Oh, nice.
You know what I mean? When that's where he was born and raised, and he's so like, damn, I wish I would have had this back in the day. But yeah. So and then also like, what role does music play in fashion and culture in your perspective? A big portion of it, because you kind of look at your favorite artist, or I guess dance is kind of tied in. I'm bringing dance a little bit. So my background comes from dance, and we've always looked at the latest art, like whatever Chris Brown is wearing, or like who's another great example. To me, Usher was always a big influence for me. Like I've always liked his just like persona and the way he came off on stage, and that like music itself, like that is the main force really for my ideas. When I think about ideas, I'm like that guy has this on. How can I take that concept and like make it my own? Yeah. Right. So it starts with the influence, and for me that's music a lot of the time. Yeah, and then how did Data and Faded come about?
So actually, Retour started as a vintage resale page or company. Okay. So me, my buddy Stevie, and Byron,
we started it together because we just liked thrifting, and we would find a lot of things that weren't really in our size. And then people would ask us like, oh, where'd you get this? Where'd you get this? And prior to like the big boom of thrifting, I was kind of embarrassed to be like, oh, I got this at the thrift store, because it wasn't always cool. You know what I mean? Like, shopping at the thrift store was kind of like a necessity. From Oxnard. You're from Oxnard, right? Yeah, so you kind of get it. Like, shopping there was a necessity for me. Like, I grew up with a, single mom. Like, she kind of just provided for me and my sister, and we couldn't always buy new clothes. So I always had to be fresh, though. So that was the thing, is like, I found my outlet, and that was thrifting. So I took that and then got with my buddies, and we were like, this is cool. Like, there has to be other people that want to do this,
that feel the same way.
Yeah, and then COVID hit.
Yeah.
So, like malls, stores, they all shut down, when we still needed to find a way to drive business to our, like, the clothing and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So the markets were like a big boom. So we were like, there's something missing here, right? So people would come in and out of markets and just like shop, they get their stuff and then leave. But then we thought about, like, how can we make this an experience for everybody, right?
Ooh.
So instead of just it being, a market, it's more so like an event now, right? So you can shop this and that, but when you want people to stay for more than a couple hours, like, you got to fill in the holes. So now we have entertainment. Now we bring in the bar aspect, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of the times we'll book a venue that either provides alcohol. We've worked with a couple companies before who did beer, like, so a couple breweries. But the company we work with now, they have a full bar, the full kitchen, and it's just a better experience. Like, I think the market aspect brings everybody who likes fashion together, and that's what I wanted. And that like just funnels into Retour. Like, they're like, oh, this market is cool. The business that's running this is also pretty cool.
That's how incredible it is, because when last time I went, I ran into some people that I haven't seen in a long time.
Yeah.
And I think that's what makes it so special in the community, especially in Oxnard.
Yeah.
It brings great energy.
Yeah.
And it kind of brings in that nostalgia feel a little bit, like that kind of vibe towards it. And it's been a while since I experienced something like that. You know what I mean? I really had an amazing time. If you ever get the chance to, next event, you gotta go.
Have to.
You gotta go.
If you're even like, you're from Thousand Oaks, come down the grade and come see us.
Are you doing it again in Thousand Oaks?
No. I was saying, if you're from Thousand Oaks, come down the grade and come see us. Yeah, it's still gonna be in Ventura. We like the people we work with right now. So
what was the most? I felt like obviously it wasn't easy. So what was the most difficult part about setting that up? Like,
wow, I have a great team, so I didn't have that many struggles. My business partners Stevie and Byron, they hold down as much as they can, and I know I have a lot of things on my plate. So I guess balancing everything for me personally was my hardest thing, because I do a lot of things outside of the business that that you brought up. Like, I'm an engineer, my 9 to 5, and then the bodybuilding thing. I was peak. Like, in prep when we did that. Yeah, so I was prepping for my show, and like, I have low food, I'm tired, so whenever I can't pick up the slack, they do it for me. So
yeah, that's the thing I was going to talk to you about as well, is like, especially when you're doing all that around that time you were cutting for your competition, like, how were you not like losing your mind?
I was a little bit.
Yeah, I figured you would. Like,
yeah, I was a little bit, but it's the thing with the market is I love it. Like, I love seeing people, and like, I love bringing people together, and people telling me like, dude, we had an amazing time. When's the next one? So I live for that. I know it's my job, but at the same time, I really enjoy it. So I didn't really lose my mind in that sense, but I lost my mind in the sense that, like, dang, I have to do this and work out. So the working out part was the hardest part, but the market and the clothing, I love it.
Yeah. And this is just, I'm just telling a story about how we met. Yeah. I met you on New Year's, which is crazy. Yeah, because me and Ben, shout out to Benji for introducing us. But yeah, we were, to be honest, we didn't intend to go to that house. I don't know whose house that was.
Oh, you didn't know? It was Rani. So
Rani.
So Rani is actually, we have a collective of DJs that we're cooking up, and
these guys are a lot more talented than me. I think I need to definitely step up my skills in the DJ kind of category. But yeah, Randy's amazing. I actually taught him how to DJ, but he's like outgrown me exponentially. To be honest.
That's like literally me and my cousin, because my dad got a controller back in like 2013, and then when my cousin from Korea just came to the States just to experience it, and his first go at it, I'm like, I'm just gonna give up on this shit. He got it down to a T, and now he's a very I wouldn't say well known, but he's a very respected techno DJ in Korea.
Wow.
Yeah, he has his own he has albums and everything, like vinyl albums, and it's like, dude.
That's where the money's at. Is that the techno and like the house music? Everyone loves that. Yeah, I think it transcends culture too. Yeah, that's what's cool about
house. Yes, I don't know about techno, because I guess he's very underground techno. Mm-hmm. I don't know how to explain it, because I'm gonna be honest, I love him. He's family, obviously, but when he did a show, I kind of almost fell asleep. I'm not gonna lie, and it was loud too. So one time I flew down to Korea just to visit, and I was at my auntie's house, and he was there. He was like, "Oh, dude, I'm in a show tonight. You gotta go with me. You never seen me before." I was like, "Oh yeah, sure, yeah. What time's your set?" "Oh yeah, 5. Oh, 5 p.m. No, 5 a.m.
5 a.m.
What was that?
What? I know
5 a.m.
I know Asians turn up crazy.
Dude, Koreans, they don't sleep. Korea never sleeps. It doesn't. No, but you gotta go, man. You gotta go for real.
I plan on it. I haven't done anything besides the Philippines in Asia, so.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to go. I want to do Thailand. I want to do Japan for sure.
And if you got money, you gotta do Singapore.
Singapore, okay.
Yeah, I never been to Singapore. It would be so because obviously the crazy rich Asian shit. It's no, but and also your DJ journey, that must have been tough, because it's very frustrating to get a hang of it. Yeah. Because I remember when I get stuck on a certain transition, and if it's sounding very sloppy, or when you're trying to beat match, it's so frustrating. And there are times where I'm just I'm not gonna bother with this. I'm just gonna be on my phone.
Yeah.
How was that process for you?
I don't try to treat it as school. Really, when I was learning, I was more so feeling. So my background comes from dance. I danced pretty much half my life with my buddy Byron, who's actually my business partner for Retour.
Yeah.
We became business partners after I stopped dancing for him. So he's the dance guy in 805. He owns Emanon, Undeclared, and that comes from my experience with DJing comes from the way I express myself through dance when I listen to music. So it's more of a feeling, as instead of I'm not very technical in terms of I'll obviously beat match, right? But if it's a little off, there's a way to fix it. You just turn the wheel a little bit and fade out more of the bass or the mid-tones and stuff like that. Yeah. So I don't think about it as super technically sound. If it feels good, then I know it sounds good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Dude, I need to step up my dancing game. I'm going to London.
Oh, right.
Around October, and I need to get my dancing game up. I need to learn how to smeeze, for real. No, because I kind of get the feeling of it. It's just the execution I'm having a hard time with.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You just gotta go out more, man. I said, it's just a feeling, bro. Just gotta.
No, but okay. So we are gonna move on to the nerd aspect of the show. So
sick.
So for me, I'm a big superhero person. Yeah. That's just me though.
Yeah.
But then are there any fandoms that you're big on that not a lot of people would expect? Anime or
Not too much anime, but I'm a big Marvel guy. So me and my girl, we just watched we rewatched the Iron Man series, and I forgot how good I watched Iron Man 1. I was dude, his character development is so amazing.
It's incredible.
I think Iron Man is so cool.
How do you feel about him coming back as Doom though?
I have no kind of emotion towards it yet until I see it, because I know it's gonna be completely different, his whole character vibe, unless they have some type of cameo to Iron Man in the thing.
That's the thing that we don't know.
Yeah, so we don't know. So I don't know how to.
I think by the time this is recorded, I think they're about to finish filming so
really?
far. I might be wrong, but I saw something that they might finish wrapping filming. So, but like, yeah, Iron Man, man. That's just, I grew up, like, I was like a kid when that came out, and I loved every single minute of it.
Yeah, yeah.
And then, like, just this whole journey has just been very remarkable. I remember I remember one time I saw Endgame, and when the funeral happened, dude, no, but like,
cried like a baby.
Here's the thing, yeah, that too. But this is my second time watching it, right? I was watching with my dad, and then out of nowhere, from the left of me, some little kid was bawling. I'm like, girl, you weren't even alive in the very first one. But I, that's how incredible like his story is. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, any other fandom say that a lot of people wouldn't like expect? That's very like niche.
Naruto, a little bit.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't have I'm not too much of an anime person, but yeah, Marvel and is a big thing for me. Other than that,
how are you with DC though? That's the thing.
I like DC.
Okay.
I'm okay with DC. Big fan of Batman, obviously, and the Joker. The first one kind of scared me. I didn't watch the second one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, with the Joaquin Phoenix one?
Yeah.
I mean, it's great, like, as a film. It's cool as a film, but, like, it does kind of drag a little bit. That's just my opinion.
I heard the new one's a musical, right? Or
yeah, like, just, I think the musical aspect represents, like, some of the characters' psyche. I might be wrong. Don't quote me on that.
That's pretty cool.
But, yeah.
I like that, it's a little bit more of a mental battle in the first one. Mm-hmm. And that's what kind of scares me because he's so unhinged, right? Yeah. Like, I think people, like, that are very, very unhinged kind of scare me. So, like, I was like, oh, dang. And after he shot, what's his name? During the, he shot that one guy at, like,
Robert De Niro.
Yes, Robert De Niro. I was watching the thing and I was like, no way he just did that.
Yeah. And, like, I think that Robert De Niro character, I think that represented, like, it was like a reference to one of his old projects. I think it was called Kings of Comedy. I might be wrong. I am a movie buff in a way, but there's some things I just don't know exactly. And there are things I might say that come off as wrong. So now I talked about you nerding out on certain stuff. What do you nerd about the most when it comes to clothing? Like when it comes to like designing your own products and everything.
Literally everything, down to like the thread I use. So when I design something,
that detailed?
Yeah, wow. Dude. I lead by shape first. So I'm shorter, so I like my proportions to fit a little bit wider and then cropped. Like, I know that's not everybody's niche, but that's kind of what fits my body type very well. And that's what I lead with first. And then there's little nuances in the vintage community that I take. So I don't know if this doesn't really count, but normal t-shirts like yours, look at your sleeve. We could talk about the sleeve on your here. So see, there's a double stitch on your sleeve.
Oh yeah,
that's a newer I guess quote unquote technology for garments, because back then they used to only do a single stitch for t-shirts and mainly t-shirts, and then they realized over time that they start to unravel, so they did the double stitching. So even down to that like small detail, I'll implement in my clothing. So like my t-shirts will have like a single stitch just to represent like the vintage culture and stuff like that. And like fashion buffs will be like, oh shoot, that's single stitch, but it's new, it's a newer, or like I'm working on like a new bar stitching type of detail where instead of it going horizontal, it does vertical stitches this way. That's another like older technique
that you don't really see
yeah. So stuff like that, I nerd out about everything, fabric, weight, all of it.
The thing that stands out to me is the faded Oxnard hoodies.
Oh yeah,
I do love seeing those. I'm not gonna lie. But and then so then moving on to bodybuilding, like what made you want to obviously developing your body, very low body fat and high muscle. How did that journey begin?
Well, I've always worked out ever since high school, but I really took it seriously when I did the 75 hard challenge.
Okay.
So I think a couple of years back I did 75 hard, and everything they say about that program. I mean, should I explain what 75 hard is?
Yeah.
So for 75 hard, it was created by a guy named Andy Frisella, and for 75 days you have to work out every single day twice.
Ooh.
So one indoor and one outdoor workout.
Okay.
And then you have to drink a gallon a day. What else? Read 10 pages of a book.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot, I forgot exactly what was in that. And I think you have to follow a strict diet.
Yeah.
He doesn't have specific rules on the diet.
Like no specific macros?
No, it's not like a structured diet per se, but you have to follow it for that 75 days.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's where the first time I did it, I could have probably done a little bit better. Like, I think I just cut out like fast food or something, but my habits prior to the challenge were very bad. So when I did it, it kind of, whatever they said about it was true. Like, they rewired my brain to think like, you know, you have to get X, Y, and Z done before a period of time, or else you fail. Like, and you have to have those daily deposits every day, you know? So I carried that into, you know, like everyday life. And after I finished the challenge, I kept kind of working out. And I was like, dang, I'm putting all this work in. Yeah. Why don't I do my best to show it off? And that's how that happened. I met my coach.
Yeah. And then I bet you there were days where you just didn't feel like it, or you felt like, despite all the hard work, it wasn't enough. So how did you manage to jump over those hurdles? Like,
so in 2024, I actually lost my dad to a heart issue. I believe he had. He lived in the Philippines, so I didn't get to see him, and I knew one of the biggest issues was his health. Yeah, like he wasn't the biggest guy, but he was very slim, and he didn't really take care of himself, so he didn't really work out. He didn't really get a lot of sun, and, you know, like, he would be a heavy drinker. He was a really, really heavy drinker. So those are things that, that's part of the 75 hard challenge. No alcohol. Yeah, I forgot. Okay. That's the biggest part. Yeah. Okay. So, leading into that, I lost my dad, and I was like, let me really take my health seriously. Yeah. You know, so not just for myself, but for my family and, you know, for my loved ones. Like, I have people who are counting on me, and it would be unfortunate for me to meet, like, untimely death because I didn't take care of myself. So I got to do what I need to do to prevent that.
Yeah, the same thing happened with my uncle in Korea. He overexerted himself climbing up a ladder, I think, and he didn't really live like a healthy lifestyle per se, but you know, it just happened, man. But and then so then what led you to wanting to compete?
I just kept going with it, and I was like, if I'm putting all this work in, I might as well show it off. And like, that's pretty much what a bodybuilding show is like, you're just going to show off your hard work, really. Like, the hard part is done. You've done all the work, you've done all the cardio, you've done all the dieting, you're just on stage now and just having fun. And I thought that concept was cool. So
any bodybuilding movies that stood out to you?
Bodybuilding movies, I actually haven't seen one. I know there's one with that guy who played Creed's counterpart.
Jonathan Majors. Yeah, Magazine Dreams. It's good. Is it? It's good, and it gives you more. It's more deeper when it comes to like mental health.
Wow. Okay.
Like, and then there's Pain and Gain, but that's like a very over traumatized like biopic about like 3 bodybuilders who did kind of like some fucked up shit. And then another one, I think Pumping Iron. That one's just a classic.
Pumping Iron. Oh yeah.
That one's just a classic.
Love it.
I remember watching it a few times, and yeah, man.
You are a big movie buff, dang.
Yeah, in a way, but I keep telling people I have not seen movies that need to be seen. Like, I haven't seen like Schindler's List and all that stuff, and
I don't even know what that is, man.
Exactly. You know what I mean? But honestly, because like with my fitness journey too, it's super up and down, and I feel like for your reason why you started your fitness journey, I think it was based on love. Yeah. And it's based on wanting to, you know, be better.
Yeah. 100%.
The crazy part with me is that I did it through hate towards myself. And that's usually never a good thing to do.
Yeah.
Because I remember back in COVID, I was like 250, right? And I had a falling out with somebody. And then I remember this dude was talking mad shit.
Oh, dang.
About like, oh, he always says he's going to be in the gym, but he never really does. I was like, yeah, motherfucker.
Dang.
All right.
Oh, so that you use that as your fuel. I mean,
Yeah.
that might be a good thing, but you know, like.
But at the same time,
Yeah.
that should never really be your purpose onto why you want to continue for this journey. And there's definitely times where I was very lean, but then I put the weight back up because obviously I just finished school.
Yeah.
I just graduated from CSUN, and that took up a lot of my time. And I did not prioritize my health. I ate like shit.
Yeah.
And back in May, I finished, I graduated, and I started to, take my diet seriously, and now I am 20 pounds down now.
Nice, man. Congrats,
I know, man.
bro.
I'm trying to get back to my lean self for real, but
Yeah, it's hard to stay, like, I'm almost 25, 30 pounds above what I was on stage.
yeah.
Because, I mean, obviously it's not sustainable to stay like that year round. But I like to think about it like brushing your teeth, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got to brush your teeth every day. It doesn't matter how white your teeth are,
Yeah.
or how good your breath smells, like, or how bad it smells. Like, you want to brush your teeth. You got to do it. So
you got to do it.
that's how I treat the gym or my cardio or my meals. Like, you got to brush your teeth.
The one thing I am doing is not beating myself about it, about how I'm like I'm messing up on stuff. Like there are times where I'm just so physically and mentally exhausted. I just don't want to bother. And there are times it's at a point where there's times where I'm just so lazy, like, oh, I want to grab meal prep this week. I really don't.
That's where the teeth come in, bro. You got to brush your teeth still.
I know. I really got to get back in that mentality of doing so.
know?
But at the same time, I am going to head out to Florida in a few days. But
Don't you want to be in Florida with your shirt off? You know, see, like, that's the thing. If you were brushing your teeth before that.
oh yeah, for sure.
You know?
Yeah, but no, man, it's I don't know, it's something great about just seeing yourself like progressing physically, but also 100%. Mentally at the same time. And I bet you, like, you were probably splurging after your competition.
Oh, 100%.
The donuts and the
dude, they had donuts for us backstage. I ate like 3.
Ooh, damn.
Yeah, dude. But you know, there's a time and place, right? So I think I'm a big foodie, so that aspect was kind of hard for me to diet and stuff.
Oh,
but
yeah.
you know, it makes that donut worth it at the end.
That's
you know,
true.
I just like I have tunnel vision, and I know that after I complete this, I can have that donut, and it just tastes way better.
Are you very scientific when it came to like your
bodybuilding?
Yeah, when it came to like I figured.
Yeah. I'm an engineer by trade, so I have to kind of figure out how I'm gonna get here to here to here, right? So that's a lot of food manipulation, and you know, I don't really want to go into that if you want me to.
Oh, I mean, off camera probably.
Yeah,
I mean, aren't you taking clients?
Yeah. Oh, so I coach also too.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's another cool thing that I like to do, because I feel like if you have the knowledge, you have to spread it, man.
Oh yeah.
You know, I put in a lot of time to show that I know it, and like I have trophies to show. So I need to tell people how I did it. You know?
Yeah, once I get a camera, I gotta do documenting for my journey. He's gonna be in it for real.
There you go.
He needs to be in it. But yeah, so then let's move on to basically the homie side about it. So how important are like friendships and community when it came to building your brand, and obviously the events that you do?
Oh, everything. We got Retour got his first break when I did an Oxnard collection, specifically South Oxnard. So if you're are you from, what part of Oxnard are you from?
I'm trying to. Here's the thing. I'm so bad with streets or like certain areas. I don't want to name a street too. That's the thing.
Are you past 5 Points, or are you close to the beach, or are you closer to?
I would say I'm kind of close to the beach.
Okay, well,
I would say so, kind of.
I would say the divide from the north and the south side of Oxnard is 5 Points. Do you know where 5 Points is at? It's like by the.
I'm definitely not a. How do we say it? Oxnardians or something?
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
even.
yeah.
I'm not really a true one, but like, because I don't really know these terms per se. Because I didn't really go outside a lot.
Okay.
In my childhood, growing up in Oxnard, I was more like an indoor kid, so I didn't really know. I didn't really explore much of Oxnard. So, But yeah, continue.
Yeah. Okay, well, yeah, Retour got its first break with our South Oxnard collection. And the big idea for that was community. Like, I wanted to show, you know, the south side of Oxnard gets kind of a bad rep.
Yeah.
So I wanted to show that there's more than that there. And I can express the culture through my clothing, you know? And I think the term ghetto is kind of a lazy term. So the way I wanted to express it is, you know, maybe like, you can get this shirt from the corner store or like a Blue Zone, right? But I wanted to elevate it to where it can stand in the place of like a runway shirt, right? So the two, like, they're kind of juxtaposing each other, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like you have high fashion, but then you have quote unquote ghetto.
A very niche Blue Zone. I never heard that.
Yeah. My Oxnard people know who Blue Zone is.
Know, Blue Zone. If you know, you know from Oxnard for real.
Yeah, that's the south side.
A very niche Blue Zone. The way you just said that, I'm like, that's kind of funny, but at the same time, that's actually kind of dope.
Yeah. So like, you know, like Pro Clubs, Dickies, those are big inspirations for me. I was the Asian kid who hung out with all the cholos when I was growing up. So I kind of got picked on too for wearing my Pro Club, and like, you know, my non-Oxnardian friends, like, you know, when I came to dance, they were like, dude, you look like a cholo, bro. And that's all I knew, like, as a kid, right? Like, I wore my Pro Clubs, my Dickies were creased, you know, like, and that's that. So I took that culture and kind of like gave it a platform.
Yeah.
And that kind of is why community is such a big thing for my brand. And I guess everything else that I do, because, you know, there's no point of having all this if you can't share with anybody, right?
Yeah.
You know, so, like, I want to share with my community. I want to share with like-minded people who have things that they want to show off at Dade and Faded. So, like, you know, all these things, it might be the most important thing to, like, my business, really.
Yeah. Do you plan to do, like, athletic wear, like, for Retour?
See, that's kind of the bridge I was kind of thinking.
Because I feel like that's a big thing now, like athletic wear. Because obviously,
100%.
Because I don't want to name other brands, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I would. I don't. I know it won't be under the Retour umbrella, because that's not what I want Retour to be. I want Retour to be a fashion house and like someday stand at like Fashion Week, and I can do a full collection, right? And that's men's and women's clothing. So I want that to lean towards that way. And I feel like if I did a apparel for the gym, like that kind of would dilute that. You know what I'm saying?
Kind of.
It would just be a lot of too much, if that makes sense. A lot of too much, instead of like niching to what I want this to be. Right, so if I do make gym clothes, it's probably going to be another brand under another alias or something.
Yeah,
it's not a no, but as of right now, I don't have any plans yet.
I feel like you would like be really like. I feel like you would blend in when it comes to any fashion week. To be honest, like with me, I will stick out like a sore thumb. I'll just pull up in like freaking a Flash T-shirt, and I'm like, how much is that outfit? Like 3,000? 3,000? That's a car payment. No, I'm not doing that. No, I'm not doing that.
Fashion people are kind of weird sometimes. That's why, you know, I don't like to stay in that realm too long. I do it, but I'm not just the fashion.
Hey, every time I see some theater motherfucker, like not theater, sorry. No, every time I see some fashion people, it reminds me of that Drewski skit. You know what I mean?
Oh, he's like, like Belmonge's, like
the Balenciaga draws, like it costs like 3,000 a piece.
Yeah. That shit's so funny, man. I think Drewski's hilarious.
You know, to be honest, I feel like you could pull this off. I think you could go into acting. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, I've never thought about it, but dang, that's a pretty big compliment.
Honestly, because like the energy that you have, the charisma.
Yeah.
Like I feel, because I also, this is like kind of a long shot, but I do kind of want to do like skits for the show.
I'm down.
Just for fun.
I'm with it.
But like obviously we got to write it, or like anything spontaneous. I kind of want. I don't know if I should say this, but I kind of want to be like the next like AMP.
Oh, sick.
That would be so dope to be like
that would be dope.
To be like those guys, just like making content and like streaming and just being our genuine selves, but also building a business as well.
Yeah, dude, you're already doing it. Look at this. This is sick, man.
I know. But yeah, man.
Just keep going. That's it.
And then what's something that you really want people to remember you for? Like, whether it's business-wise, whether it's just being a human, whether it's being a homie. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's a big question.
I know.
I want people to remember me as he laid everything out on the table. Yeah, that's the biggest thing for me, because that's why I do so many things, because it's true, it's so cliche, but life's too short to not try everything, right? So I want to be the man who did everything.
I know, and it's so crazy because I'm at a point right now where I'm actually taking chances on stuff. Like, I would never thought I'd be doing the show. Like, at least, like, because I always keep saying, like, we gotta do a podcast, we gotta do this, but like, I'm going through the steps of actually doing it, and to be honest, you're making history right now.
Thank you, man.
Because you
awesome.
are our first guest, and it is a great honor.
Thank you, bro.
You know what I mean? And also, I could use a modeling job for Retour. I'm just saying. I'm playing. But no, but it's incredible to have you here, and I want to say thank you for being here and taking the time to be here with us.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
Yes. All right. So I think we're gonna wrap that up for this episode of Singers, Nerds, and Homies. Ryan, where can people find you at?
I'm on Instagram at Ryan_Yere, and Retour Co on everything really, and DNF Market. Mostly on Instagram, so catch me there.
Yeah. And then when's the next DNF market?
Ooh, that's November, guys.
November?
So November is the day. We don't have a specific day yet. We might have a specific day. I think it's the 15th. But November something.
Yeah. I'll probably be home by then, if anything. Yeah, for sure. Thank you, Ryan, for being here. Take it easy, guys. And make sure you guys subscribe as well. Also, check out our socials as well. Thank you for watching. Good seeing you guys.
Sweet.